Aries, welcome to my weekly Oracle General Relationship reading. Last week, I told you guys my story about how tarot reading predicted synchronicity event and co-creation with spirit and divine. This week, I'm going to tell the story about the same event happen. For that specific event, I can only credit the dishwasher malfunction and fix to divine power show off. So in that same week, another event even shock more people. Let me tell you what happened over there. I bought a deprecated Mac computer from a company in August 2021, which was working fine to me. And then I handed over to my nephew, and he tested. It works fine. After a few months, I asked him, like, how did it go? And he said, oh, it was broken. I just can't believe it. It works fine. It's good computer. So I asked him to bring back to me. And that laptop was returned to me at the beginning of this year, 2023. So I brought the laptop to Apple Store to fix it at the end of January, they check it, and I was told I need to pay $550 to replace the whole keyboard and the corresponding parts. I figure it's not worth it. I already paid $200. This $550. It's over $700. I can get probably a new Mac for $1,000, something like that. So I brought it back and put into a recycle bin. So during the second week of February, there was the two tarot reading I listened to mention the co-creation and the synchronicity event happened in that week, and I was asked to, as Taurus, I was asked to write down the what happened, right? So I went to the local computer shop to for some other reason to replace my broken phone cover. They did it for only $10. I feel like, oh, that's good deal. If I go to the mall, I've probably spend over $100. So I thought that's cheap. So I went back on next day, which I remember it's February 7th. So I pick up that laptop from a recycle bin and brought to the computer shop. When I hand over to technician, and he asked, what's going on? I told him, when I typed in the password, it didn't show up. It just like screen was frozen. He took it over and he opened the screen, and he said, what's the problem? And he typing it. I said no response from keyboard. The technician basically asked me in puzzle face. I said, what's going on? Is it working? He said that I didn't see any problem. And I took it over. I started to type in the password. I saw that the characters show up one by one at the screen. I was shocked. I told him, what did you do? He said, I didn't do anything. I said, if you didn't do anything, why it fixed? Right? And, this must be like miracle. I said, you must have a magic finger. I was joking over there. He said, I didn't do anything. Your computer is in working status. So I was really shocked, and I brought the fixed computer to my nephew during the weekend. I showed him how it fixed, how it fixed, and he was shocking too. I he want to explain like what did I do? I said the only thing I think the difference is that in this week there was a tarot reading mentioned the co-creation and the synchronicity event. Um, I was actually overwhelming for this synchronicity. I wrote down this event as a diary, uh, and my nephew don't didn't believe that. I but the fact that the speak itself, and he has been using this laptop, it's working up to now. When I think through this event, I know this is not the accident. This has to be planned ahead of time. I bought that computer is like in the 1 years ago, and it was malfunctioned. And then, you know, at this specific time, February 7th, and the fix by itself. So it has been planned. If someone has to be planned, it has to be in the good plan in a while ago. So I don't know if you guys believe this, but my nephew, the local technician, Apple Store record, those are evidence to support my story. I often think the meaning of divine power show off. Why did they do that? Do they just only show their existence like the UAF, like UFO? But I believe there is bigger things are coming. This might be just a only shot or something prelude. I wrote this book, A Journey Must Be Taken playlist. I had to admit that the spirit and divine is the co-creator for this book, because I use a lot of synchronicity event from the tarot reading. The spirit and divine are the one who provide those writing block for those twists and turns. When I realized this, I got why those power show of event happen in my life, because of I can use those events to talk to you guys about this book, and you can really enjoy not only my creative, but also I would say it's a spirit and divine's idea and twist and turn and creation block within that book. All right, I will talk to you more about the another event happening the same week. This one involved more people. It's called the car engine switch light story. Aries. I'm gonna pull two cards from the four of decks. If you like my story, like my reading, definitely subscribe it, thumbs up. Be sure to read my book, Journey Must Be Taken playlist. There are some spirit and divines storyline, have twists of turn or the idea from them through the tarot readers. So it will have a lot of synchronicity event happen over there. All right. Let me first pull two cards from the energy and the spirit. Thanks, Spirit and Divine, angels, descended master for the Aries in the upcoming week from March 19 to 26. All right, let's pull two cards over there. The first card is the beneath the surface. Second card is the attachment. All right, let's talk about that. So in the upcoming week, Aries, there are something what you are seeing is the only part of it. There are something larger. There is something more to be discovered, and you will discover. This is spirit basically reminds you to say, don't look at the surface. Try to look at the beneath the surface for that, right? There are next card tell you there may be some attachment, right? Those attachment which make you long for it, or maybe causing you a depression, right? This is a web of a tangled web, right? You feel like you are cannot stuck into it, right? This is spirit try to tell you, try to understand more, anything below this surface. There is some indication also from the safety point of view, or the anything you really need to do more research, understand more, especially from what your connections, your teammate or your project, anything have a dependency point of view, right? Not only look at this small thing, but look at what are the supporter, what they are, what they depend on. There might be danger over there, or you are not fighting with this single one. You are pretty much you're fighting with all the things which have underneath the surface. It's a web over there. That is the spirit way to remind you, right, to be careful about about this. More importantly, understand the subtle things, underneath things, which you don't understand, and you are trying to understand, and which those things you are longing for, right? You want it, and maybe causing your depression of it. All right, we'll get more from the Angel Quest Oracle. All right, let's get to card from this deck. So what the spirit point is. Thanks, Spirit and Divine Angel and the Descended Master to give Aries guidance for the upcoming week. I will open two pull cards. First card is the music. And second card is the patient. Okay. So in this week, right? So you may feel like they tangle in some tanglement, right? And you may long for it, try to get it right away, and or maybe feel depression. You really can't get it. Feel depressed, sadness. Spirit try to tell you, the angel are using you to welcome more music into your life, right? So angel is urging you to listen to more music, right? free yourself from the idea constantly in your mind. All right. And you may just put the music on, no matter if it's what your music you like or your music you don't like, traditional music, pop music, classical music. Put something as background. um, you know um, you can even though you can sing it, go along with it, whatever you want to do, make sure in this week, listen to some music, right? It's all of a sudden you will feel like you have that motive to listen to some music. Just work with this energy, right? Spirit and divine is basically said, be patient, right? The angel are urging you to be more patient with yourself and others, right? You really don't understand the full pictures, and there is entanglement, is a web. When you change the one point, everything else will be changed, right? So this kind of situation regarding the, maybe your banking have some issues, so the bank closure causing a lot of cascade impact, and your account frozen, stuff like that. Just make sure, it's a difficult time. Make sure you can really uh, get into music, like music soothing your mood, and have patience, right? To be in this upcoming the situation over there. All right. All right. Let's pull card from the Intuition Oracle. Um, Aries, thanks Spirit and Divine and angels and descendant master to give Aries the guidance for upcoming week. So we got the first card is the benefactor. Next card is the past. Let's talk about that. The benefactor. I enjoy life now as I take steps to realize my new tomorrow. And next card is number 28, the past. I share awareness and compassion on my past. So this is spirit, the way to remind you, right? You enjoy now moment, right? What happened is already happened, right? And you should be proud of what you have been done. I share awareness and compassion on my past. You should proud of what you have been done. If it's happened, it is happened. You cannot change the past. The thing you can change is now, your mood, which is inviting music into your life, and be patient for yourself and for your future, right? Plan for your future. You cannot change your past. You'll be proud of your past, and just work with this. Understand more on the dependency wise, right? All right. Let's get two cards from the Animal Oracle, um, for your upcoming week. Thanks, Spirit and Divine, angels and descendant master, to give Aries the guidance for the upcoming week. We got the 3 card drop down. Let's take this 3 card. All right. I hope it's not 4 card. Oh, yeah, it's 4 card. Okay, let's take 4 cards. Okay. So your first card is Dove Spirit. Be peace. This is good. I feel like this energy is really ask you, spirit way to ask you to be patient, right? And next card is a seashore spirit, watch and wait. This is more like a patient. And the third card is a porcupine spirit. Porcupine spirit is the time for beginning mind. And next card is a snake spirit, time to heal. So let's talk about it. You know, I can't say more about the BP piece. Whatever happened, it's happened, right? Uh, you know, what you say is only like a very tip of the iceberg, right? I'm not an expert for financial system. I know there's a huge storm happening over there. What we are seeing is only a tip of what's about going to happen, right? It is what it is. You can only understand, this is entanglement over there. Is so many factors involved with it, right? You just need to in peace, and watch and see, right? Um, and not only you watch and see, be patient. You keep the beginning of mind. It happened, it's past. What do you do from now on to looking forward to fix the situation, to make your financial situation sound? How do you utilize this use case to benefit you in the later on? On snake spirit, is time to heal. You may have the for what happened, you may have the sadness, you may have, you know, um, some, hurt, the blaming, finger pointing going on. This spirit basically tell you it's time to rebirth, shed the skin, become a new you, become this future person, next person you are going to be moving into. Especially this reading, I would uh, dedicate for more anyone who is involved with getting impacted by those bank closure, financial storm coming to rocket in our society. So I hope you will. I hope you be patient and invited the music to life, Aries, and um, to be peace with the what happening over there. Wait and see, right? Have that beginner of mind, right? All right, Aries, I'll pull the one more card to see if I can bring energy to you. For those classes, energy come, the energy is come to you. But this is come from the light activation oracle. All right, Aries says, thanks Spirit and Divine to bring a descendant master and an angel to deliver guidance for Aries. All right. So you have the card in this week. I believe the first card is the ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage and boundary. So this is called, you say the divine energies come in, all right, to from the ancestral realm to basically say that, those karmic are released at this point. Once this energy hit you, right, come to you, healing the lineage, right? So you will feel like don't blame someone. All these things happen has that lineage, right? Just look at set the boundary of it. At this point, the karma is released. There is no there. You don't. It's new. You don't have any date, uh, anything to be blamed. You don't feel guilty for any karma, or the past karma, or stuff like that. It's new you, it's released, it's complete over. You are being at peace, looking forward, like getting into the rebirth for your new life here. All right. Aries says, I wish you have a blessing week ahead of you. I'll talk to you soon.